Baby, we are back. We are back. We are back. And we are here live on all platforms tonight. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and we are actually live on IG as well simultaneously. This is a social media collab takeover. And so, right now, we want to take this opportunity. Thank you guys for watching with us tonight. We got to have a bad beast mode show tonight because we got the Agape Music Group joining us tonight. And so please take this opportunity to tag and share the live. If you're on Instagram, what's up, people? You guys have been seeing us for the past a couple months on IG, and we've been taking it low on the other platforms. But now we are live on all platforms, and we are so hyped to have you here. I'm gonna bring my brother Sherwin in on the IG, and we're going to really take this thing up to the next level, sir. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
I am good. What's happening? How are you?
We are good. We are good. We're good. I'm going to turn my volume down here, make sure I don't have uh, any reverb here. But anyway, it's so good to have you here and everybody. Hey, we got a great show tonight. I'm here riding shotgun, of course, is the one and only Sherwin Williams from Gospel Music Buzz, 3 Z's on IG, 2 on every place else. And we got a good show tonight with Sherwin. Listen, we got the Agape Music Group, and they got a hot new song that's out, bro.
Yes, yes. Definitely got a hot new song. A whole lot's gonna be happening, and we're excited to be talking to them for sure.
For
Coffee
sure.
Music is pretty much family right now. So they've been talking to us and rocking with us, for quite a little while now. So we're excited to get into this new single.
Absolutely, absolutely. So as usual, everybody, hey, take the time to share the lives. If you're on Facebook, on YouTube, grab that link, copy and paste, and let everybody know we are in the virtual space tonight, taking over your timeline for the next hour. So, hey, Sherwin, you're rocking the music hat. I'm telling you, you're rocking that merch, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm out here representing the merch, man. Rep your section. The section is pretty much where it's at right now. So if y'all don't know what this is, you gotta tell them where they need to go check this out.
Hey, check out the merch at shopindigo.com. That's shop SHOPINDIEGO.com and rep your section with your lids, baby. And we got a whole lot a crazy summer line that's out too. So go check us out and grab your merch and rep your section. So at this time right now, hey, Sharon, as usual, what's going on our indicator chart?
Yeah, so quick little updates on the chart right now. So in the national chart, we still have Joshua Rogers there, second week there at number one, still going trust. So that song is a pretty fire song. So Joshua Rogers is, doing his thing there and actually on the indicator chart, just kind of, I mean, before jumping into the indicator on the national chart too, Lamont Sanders, he kept me number 11. So Lamont is holding it down there at number 11 this week on the chart, and that is an amazing song. And that song has been climbing the charts for several weeks now. So it just goes to show Lamont and team is definitely putting in a lot of work there on the radio side. Then on the indicator, we have Renee, and that song is titled Blessed Be the Rock, and that's what's sitting at number one right now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, who we know, and I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it before the night's over. But right now, we're gonna bring our special guest in there. We're not gonna even hold you too much longer. We're gonna bring the Agape Music Group. They're gonna join us on all the platforms here. Got you here on YouTube, and bringing you guys in on the IG. Here we go. So we are covering
What's up?
everything tonight. What
What's
is
up?
good? What
What's
is good?
up?
What is good?
This is fun. This is
Oh,
fun
you're
right now.
right. This
We're
is fun.
we're,
Let's
we're coming in from
go.
all sides. we're
Listen, we are taking
we're even
over the
streaming on
social
Twitter
media.
right now too. If you could pop on over to Twitter for all the Twitter folks in the Twitterverse, I mean,
Yes, yes.
we're all over right now.
We are all over. We even in LinkedIn, bro. We even in LinkedIn.
Wow.
Yes. So it is so good to have this incredible. I mean, husband and wife team. Y'all are smashing.
Oh,
This
appreciate
new
it.
single is crazy, crazy, crazy. But we're going to get into that a little bit more. But thank you guys. And if you don't know the Gospel Music Group, you will definitely know who they are before the end of this evening. And if you don't know them, please make sure you follow them on all of their social platforms at the Agape Music Group. But right now, I'm going to open the interview up for Sherwin. Go ahead, Sherwin.
Oh, I gotta make sure I'm muting, unmuting all sides here. All right, you guys hear me? I'm coming in good? Good,
Yes,
Mhm.
good.
sir.
Sir.
So, I know, again with the Agape Music Group, husband and wife duo, as Patrice was alluding to just now. So my first question is always, how has it been, working together as a husband and wife duo in the studio, outside of the studio, you're in the home, you're doing life together. Like, at which side do you kind of switch and say, okay, this is the producer side, this is the husband side? Like,
Look,
is
real
there even
talk.
such a thing
Real
at this
talk.
point?
Real talk.
Definitely.
No.
Wait, what?
He said, is there such a thing?
Turning it.
Like turning it on and off?
Oh, no.
No. We be making dinner, making beats,
Yeah.
and then you know what I mean. So it's all over the place.
Yes, and of course, it's beautiful overall, but it has and comes with its
Yes.
challenges,
Mhm,
always has and always probably will be.
Right.
But man, we're working. We've been kind of operating in a special kind of grace to where when we do have those moments where it's like, all right, we need to kind of step back and take a minute, because we kind of a little testy or just a little sensitive during that time or whatever it is,
mhm.
as far as agreeing and working or whatnot. So we just take that time and kind of reset and get back together.
Yeah. And I have learned in this marriage thing, and I see some people saying they can't hear on Instagram, but
Yeah, that's what I was asking. They can't hear who, but I see
okay.
Josh a few waters. Let me know who, if you guys can hear, and if you can't, who can't you hear? Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we've learned in this marriage thing, honestly, when to hold them, when to fold them. So,
Right.
there are times when I'm like, hey, listen, I see we're not on the same page right now. You trying to go through all your sounds. I just want to go ahead and record. Tell you what, you let me know when you're ready to press record. I'll be back. You know what I mean?
A lot of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny.
So my
That,
question was going to be, well,
go
when
ahead,
you say who's
Patrice.
taking the trash out, is it the husband or the producer? Now, who's taking the trash out? I just want to
Both.
know.
Both.
Both. Both. Okay.
Yep.
Both.
Stop the session.
I
Go
need
take
you
it
to
out,
handle
clean it
this
up.
real quick.
Because I just want to know who's passed out the honey-do list. I just want to know.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
for
He's
sure.
gonna take it out while it's mixing, Patrice. While it's mixing and mastering, then
Exactly.
Yeah.
he got some time in between to go and take it out.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you
Pleasure.
guys are recently transitioning as well too, right? Because I know for like a few months back you were living at one location and you recently switched to a different location. So how is that transition going so far? And you guys are clearly still keeping busy in the midst. We're gonna get into some of the new music you guys have released so far this year. But how has that transition been?
Yo, you know what? John said it with the first question. Like, we're really operating under just a special kind of grace.
Yeah.
We were super blessed to have been able to sell our first home and to be able to build a brand new home from ground up. Like,
Yeah.
God is really, really good. And we stayed with John's parents for a few months, which is dope. I know some people are like, "Oh, you stay with your in-laws," but no, I actually love my in-laws.
Right.
Like, I love them so much. Shout out mom and dad.
Howard.
But yeah, it's been cool because even then we kind of slowed down,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we never stopped completely. Like, I don't think creatives ever stop creating.
Right.
It doesn't matter what kind of space you're in, you find a way to do it, So we just kept it going.
No, that's very true. That's very true. And in the midst of all that, raising a young family as well.
Yeah.
And trying to find the balance of that as also. And just kind of talk about how you navigate that, because I'm sure there are young artists out there who either newly married and they've got their new baby and then there's another one on the way and they're still feeling like, hey, did I lose my creative juice? Is there still more, or
Yeah.
is there still room for the expansion of creativity even in the midst of raising a family?
Absolutely. I would say absolutely. Just us being, like, I think I mentioned it earlier, sensitive too. Like those times where it's like, okay, yeah, we've been kind of hitting it hard as far as pushing out songs and recording and making sure that everything's lined up and we got our lineup laid out. But then it's like, man, you know what? We've been in here for a while. Let's go take the kids, go get ice cream.
Yeah.
Or they'll come in and they're lingering and hanging around like, okay, what are we doing? You know,
Right.
can we go? Can we do this? And so we're like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's have movie night. That's one of their favorite things to do. And so we'll stop what we're doing. And we're like, okay, let's have movie night. And so, you know, just being sensitive to those things for each other as well, and for the kids as well. And so just making sure that we prioritize those moments and make sure that we're doing it the right way.
Yeah, because our kids, I mean, our family is our first ministry.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if that's not together, that's not right, then what are we doing for real? You know, so we're very intentional about making sure that we spend quality and effective and consistent time with each other and with our babies.
Yeah. Because that next generation of seeing how their parents have flowed, you know, with their gifts, preparing the pathway for how they're going to balance whatever gifts that you already even seeing your young children even exhibiting now. So which is awesome. I got to give you I got to clap for you on that. I just had to.
Hard work, but working it out. Thank God.
For sure. So let's talk about, you know, when did this first writing, you know, happen collaboratively?
Between he and I?
Yes, between you and
it's been since we were dating. Yeah. Honestly. We met, we for real met each other and got a chance to be around each other in a writing session. We were with mutual friends of ours who they were working on a project. They brought him in for engineering and production and me for background vocal arrangement and writing. And we spent a lot of time together working on that music. And ever since we put out, so it's cool fun fact for you. When we got married, right, we did a really cool thing. Like we paid for our wedding and stuff, you know, we broke. So we had to get real creative. So like our programs and a part of like our wedding giveaways was this dope CD of music that he and I had produced and wrote.
Oh wow!
Together while we were dating, and it was done really well. It was beautiful packaging, all of that. But so we've been at it for a minute. Just working on other people's stuff though. Really. Our first go at with us.
Do you still have that package? Do you still play every now and then?
We do.
I do. Hey, when we see you in ATL, we'll make sure we give you one.
Yeah. Oh, that would be an honor. Please. But just give it to me because Sherwin's off the screen trying to get his sound right. So he missed out on the giveaway. Oh, he's back.
He missed out on the giveaway.
He missed out on the giveaway.
No, I heard it. We're meeting up in ATL. They're going to be giveaway. Patrice, you can bring me back in on Instagram. Let me check this again.
Okay. Coming in. So, all right. So, and I have to ask that because it's just a trivia question. Have you ever thought, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and remix this and release it.
Have we?
Or you think it was done the way it should be done and just don't touch it? Because sometimes people can go back to a project and say, you know what? I want to redo it, but then at the same time, it's like when you know it's done right. It's almost like just step away.
Yeah, I think I've had those before. Personally, but just kind of just being, it's knowing that it's a part of the journey, right? And so it's a part of the process. Just where we were, and what it does, I think for me, what I came to was it shows like this growth and evolution to where we can look back and say, man, we've come a long way just from shaping our sound and the quality. And whatnot. And so what it, for me, I'm looking at the glass half full, where it's like, we have room to grow but not, looking back on what we put out previously and being like, oh man, let's redo it. But, in some cases, yes, but for the most part, it's just like, nah, I think what was done then was done. We're going to keep progressing and evolving.
Yeah, absolutely. Good, Sherwin. A little low on the sound, just a tad.
You're on mute on this end.
You're on mute on the stream.
But am I coming in still?
Now
Like
you
I'm
are. Now you're
echoing?
good. Yep, you're coming in warm here on the stream. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll see as we kind of go through it. No, so what I was asking, I think the first time when I started to see some of the work you guys were doing, it might have been back when you released. It's either Closer to You, which kind of feels like it was forever, but it was only 2020. But I felt like everything that happened in 2020 is just like it's such a blur. But when you guys released that and you sent it over, and we started to just kind of discuss what you were looking to do then, how would you say within the last 2 or so years, like as your vision and just overall what you're looking to do musically, would you say like you feel like you're hitting that mark, you're heading in the right direction? Like how has that changed from when you guys first started doing music?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Sherwin. I don't think we've been asked that one before, but yeah, I think that we are hitting the mark. So one of the things that we did when we first started was we defined what success looked like for us. And we didn't compare it to what the standard of success looks like. Like, of course, we want people to hear the music. We want to get downloads and streams and sales and all of that stuff. But for us, success was if people see us and they automatically can see, feel, hear the love of God illuminating through everything that we say, that we sing, and that we do. Like that was one of the markers of success for us. One of the markers of success for us was building like solid relationships with folks, like being able to support others, you know what I mean? And be able to uplift up others on whatever platform we get an opportunity to be on. Like another part of success was us being happy and having fun doing it, us together
enjoying the process.
And so with those kinds of markers of success, like I think we're absolutely hitting the mark. And when we look at the other things that people view as success, like to us, like that's cherries on the top, kind of. Because at the end of the day, all we want is for God to say that He's pleased. We want Him to smile at what we're doing, So, yeah.
Well, I see Los on Urban Soul Cafe's called AMG. He's calling you both the Ike and Tina.
Not Ike and Tina.
Now, Los, I don't know. Are you sure?
Hey, Carlos. Now we've gotten Ashford and Simpson. We've gotten Beyonce and Jay-Z. We got the Wu-Tang of gospel the other day.
Right. It was
Right, we got the Bonnie and Clyde of gospel.
I see Bonnie and Clyde. I see Bobby and Whitney. Oh no. Listen, we like you. We love you, Carlos. We're going to block you. We block you. We're gonna block you.
Listen, ain't none of that happening.
No.
Yeah. I can't wait to see him in Atlanta. He's going to be
that's going to be exciting for sure.
Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead, Cheryl.
No, I was going to say in terms of I know you guys also have, you have a pretty strong team, right? You've been building out the team over the last few years. You've added on new individuals. You guys are doing radio servicing. You're doing a whole lot more now. So as an independent artist, what are some strategies you felt, hey, we've kind of had to add this to what we're doing because what we were doing before just wasn't, it wasn't getting us to where we needed to get to. So we're going to start modifying things. Like what were some of those strategies?
You better come with these questions though, Sherwin. Golly. Hey, listen, in terms of building the team, like we are intentional about collaborating with like hearts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We talk about that like all the time. People that I don't want everybody to think the same way because that's where creativity is lacking there. But I need us to have the same overall end goal, that Jesus is glorified, that we put out things in an excellent way, those types of things. So
and even I'll even add to just learning how to come to grips with, not being able to collaborate with everybody too. There's a there's that element too, to where you know you try to work it out in some cases, and sometimes you know it just doesn't pan out. It's not a good fit, and but being okay with that at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you know, making sure that what we're presenting lines up, we're on the same page, and it's organic, it's authentic. Both parties and all parties involved are you know kind of buying into everything, and so you know, but with that being said, like collaboration for us is key. We believe in that, and we believe that there's power in that.
Right. And shout out to those Baxters, who is a major, massive part of our team.
Yeah.
Those, man, that's one of the dopest couples we know, and we love them
indeed.
so much.
Yeah, man.
They're can't say enough great things about them.
And then even speaking of, like, when you know I believe you know when you guys released Fire and Rain, a shout out to Renee. I see Renee in the comments as well. You know, speaking of collaboration, I had to kind of start with that one. Like, what was it like with that? Like being able to touch, you know, some of the demographics you guys were able to touch, because that was on so much playlist internationally all over. Like, what was that feel like, knowing like, hey, I'm gonna try this, not your traditional CHH, but kind of going in that direction, and then just seeing that plan kind of just pan out.
Yo, and it's still going, which is what the dope part. Like, so oh my gosh. But what was that like collaborating? First of all, it was smooth. Yeah. It was extra easy. Because first of all, we do have a really tight relationship with Renee and her husband, Alan. So we were able to go in and just have a lot of fun, and we actually worked on another song initially, right? And that's one of those process things, Patrice, where we had this one song and it was cool, you know what I mean, but we came back initially to finish that song, and they let me do what I do. Our studio process is kind of beautiful chaos, like it's all over. You know what I mean? Right. And I was just like, hey, let's try. Y'all ever did an Afro pop song before? Let's go for that. On the spot, yeah. We had fun with it. It's really cool too, because we're technically a part of different generations. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes when that happens, like a more seasoned generation, I didn't say older, Renee, because you be getting on me when I say that. But a more seasoned generation, sometimes they can tend to, you know, kind of overbear on those that are younger, or be resistant to changes and things of that nature. We had none of that. Like it was so cool. It was just a great fit, and it shows, because like I said, it's still like it hadn't stopped, and it's almost a year going, and we're still being added to playlists, and it's extra dope.
Renee,
I'm grateful for that. Yeah,
Renee, you are dope.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Seasoned, Renee.
Seasoned. There it is. That's and our net over here on Facebook is saying seasoned. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. In terms of the sound of gospel music itself, inspirational music, there's so many different elements of it, so many legs of it. And for this generation, what do you feel is the real sound that is really touching the heart of, say, your counterparts, your peers, and what do you expect, or what do you foresee as what's the next sound going to be for the next generation?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's a melting pot of genres, you know, colliding and coming together, and presenting it in such a way that's so refreshing, is so like in a dope, authentic,
that's the word,
way.
Yeah.
Authentic, being your authentic self, presenting it no other way, not trying to copy, not trying to do too much or take, you know, things away, but really presenting it in that way, and God's word, you know, just trumping everything at the end of the day. And so that sound, along with the word of God, you know, just being presented, and just being a melting pot of everything.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead, Sherry.
And at which point then, sorry, I'm like trying to get my darn song. It's just getting on my nerves because I
Mhm.
can't get this. I brought up my second mic just to pair into this, but anyhow, we're gonna get this going. In terms of the merchandise side of things, because you guys have the music side, the production side, but then you guys also started a clothing line. So when exactly did the clothing line started? What's the name of the brand, and how has that been going for you guys?
Yeah,
Man,
it was simultaneous.
Mhm.
same 2020.
Same
You
same
kicked
same
everything
time.
off.
So and with that, shout out to one of our graphic designers,
Yeah.
Tyshawn Douglas. He came up with this really dope. Well, we gave him the sketch of the logo that we wanted.
Yeah.
It's that, if y'all have seen, it's that heart with the greater than sign and like that scratch X.
Mhm.
And when we got it back, we was just like, man, that's too dope of a
Right.
logo to just on a
Right,
cover
on a cover
art or
art,
whatever.
yeah.
And so we put it on a t-shirt, and what was really cool was like we sold out of it. We sold out of that original one like super, super fast, had to restock within
Mhm.
without like a week or so. Because it was a cool conversation starter for
Yeah.
people to talk about and to lead them into 1 Corinthians 13, which is what essentially that logo boils down to. Love is
Mhm.
greater than anything.
Yeah.
And it gave people an opportunity to talk about the love of Jesus from a t-shirt.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's such a great way to really resonate, because people will, believe it or not, people watch what you're wearing. For
Yeah.
Yeah.
example, Sherwin has on Sherwin. I mean, we're not sponsored by them, but your shirt, what does it say? God is dope. Oh,
You're on mute,
you're on
Cheryl.
mute.
It's my friend from over at Demrock Clothing out in
Mhm.
Atlanta. Yeah, it
Mhm.
says God is my boy. That's what it says.
No,
That's my
no,
Yeah.
boy.
go ahead,
No.
boy.
But Steve,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
products like that, believe it or not, somebody will notice it, and just it'll strike up a conversation.
Yep.
I
Yep.
notice there's certain things that I'll have on. For example, hey, they're not sponsored by me. I'm not, whatever. But I love the Chosen series. So
Mhm.
they have that beautiful logo with the fishes, and
Right.
Uh-huh.
it's called the Chosen. And so I had one on, and it struck up a conversation, and it's just in the aisle of the grocery store, and
Yeah.
talking about faith. So I believe that God is just He's getting His word out and opening up the door of
Yeah.
conversation about
Yeah.
who He is in all areas of the marketplace. And
Yeah.
so the fact that you have not just merged your music, but also going into the fashion line, and just the designs, the dopeness of the graphics and everything else, but it still is another avenue of channel of sharing Jesus with other people. They may
Yes.
not come to your church, but guess what? They'll rock your gear, and then they'll say, "Hey, where'd you get this from? I got this from the Agape Music Group. Go to your website." So it's just a continuation of really getting the word out about who He is. So
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
awesome. That's
And
awesome.
you know
Yes.
what? You know what's so cool about that, Patrice? You mentioned being able to share Jesus in various ways. So one of the things that we noticed, and we were getting DMs and messages, we had a lot of LGBTQIA plus
Yep.
individuals purchasing our gear because they look at us and they see what we're all about, and we're talking about how the love of God covers and supersedes everything. Like He
Yeah.
loves all of us.
Yeah.
And to me, like that spoke volumes, like that
Mhm.
meant
You
a
started to
lot
see
to
those.
us when we started to see that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, conversation and getting an opportunity to really share Jesus,
Yeah.
share the love of Jesus, not by just our words, but
Mhm.
the way that we live, the way that we treat people. So
Yeah.
that was dope to me.
Yep.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We've got a couple people. Arnett Moore saying here on Facebook, their merch is dope. Always get a comment. Always gets a comment when she wears it.
Hey.
And Marie Brown from Bear Tagger saying, "Hey family," on here.
What's
We got some
up?
shout outs. Yeah, we got some shout outs on IG. Sherwin, what you got?
Yes, I know, this year already, right? So within, we're top of like the 6 month right now for the year. You
Man.
guys have been busy. You've been
Oh, okay.
grinding it out. Even in between packing up your studio and moving, you've been doing a lot right now. You have two singles already released, kind of taking us back to the first single that you released,
Mm.
TLP. Kind of, tell us a little bit about what is that single about? TLP, what does the abbreviation
Yeah.
even mean? Like, just tell us a little bit about that single and why, you kind of went in that direction with it.
Yeah,
Man.
TLP. So first of all, it stands for the Lord's Prayer. And that was one of those that's been on our heart for a minute. John went into the studio. This has probably been a year ago now.
Yeah.
And he just found this really beautiful patch that he just started playing some chords over and over. And as he was doing that, which I do a lot of times while he's building out a track, I go straight to the word. All of our songs come straight from the Bible.
Yeah.
FYI. Yeah. So, and I went to the Lord's Prayer and we started talking about it. And it was just interesting to us how the way that Jesus laid out this blueprint for how prayer should be. Like, it was very interesting to us that he started, number one, with our Father.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't start with my Lord, gracious King. Like, he started with our Father, which automatically puts you in a certain kind of mindset, puts your heart kind of at ease. You know what I mean? And then as we went through it, just really breaking down the scripture, and we wanted to pin it and put it out in a way that got people to really thinking about those words, you know, and we didn't want a whole lot around it. Like, we wanted to be nice and simple for you to really hear those words. And then
on like the practical side of it too, like once we were like, okay, I think this is it. It was like, no, we kind of sensed that it needed to be elevated even more. Yes. And so what we did was, and it was God. I knew it was God. It was a connection that was made. Shout out to Sheridan. Yeah. Sheridan Shanway. Man, listen, we reached out to him and was like, you know, we just want, if you are willing and if you like it and whatnot, to be a part of this, man, just do your thing, right? Yeah. And so it going back to that collaboration thing. And so I mean, yeah, he did his thing, man. Yeah. He ended up, you know, co-producing the song along with us. And I mean, it just took it to that next level, man. And along with the feature that we have on there, Mark Griffin, we reached out to him as well, and we were just like, man, we believe this one is for you. Yeah. And I mean, when he sent back his verse, I mean, we were like speechless, sitting in the studio and on repeat, like, oh my God, what just happened? Yeah. And so you know, but when those things align and those pieces to the puzzle come to play, man, it's undeniable. Yeah. And so that's the what Lord's Prayer came out of. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I got all these people over here in Instagram. They're showing a lot of love over here. So that is awesome. That. Awesome. Well, listen. Let's talk about this verse you got on right here, because I want to make sure, for those who don't know, so of course we got the Agape shirt on. Look, that Dion on the black there. But it's the 808s for me, baby. It's the 808. Gotta have it. Those who don't know what the 808s is, please school the people.
Yo, listen. So we coined our sound because it's hard to put it into a genre, but we coined it worship and 808s. Yeah. Our lyrics are completely worship. It's straight from our heart, straight to the Father's. You know, we just like it with some boom. Like, give me that, give me that beat down. Exactly. All of that. Yeah. But worship and 808s. This particular design, shout out again to Tyshawn Douglas. If you've ever seen the original like 808 board, the red and yellow and orange board, so there's a play off that board. But yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's completely worship. Yes. You just need to crank it up and like play it in your Chevy Cutlass Supreme with some 12s in the back.
There you go. Okay. You're rattling and everything.
Listen, all right now I'm hearing the prayer in my head go black on black on black on black.
Hey!
Okay.
Go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's funny.
No, I was going to ask you. Ashley Renee's on here.
Oh, shout out to Ashley.
Yes, she joined
in. Grace and mercy follow
It's
Okay,
listen.
okay. I feel like a remix is coming. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Man,
Oh, that would be fun.
Love that
Ooh,
song.
Wait a minute. In an 808 form?
Listen,
Oh,
I ain't mad at
okay.
it.
Oh, wait. Stop. Stuff happens on this show. I just want you to know. Sure want to tell you because Sherwin already owes me $5.
Come on. Don't worry. I'm good for it. I'll see you in Atlanta.
Okay.
And even speaking of Atlanta and the upcoming Stella Awards and all that's happening, I see you guys are going to be busy that entire weekend as well too, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be doing a lot of showcases. It's just there's a lot of stuff happening that weekend. So just kind of we're still going through, but how excited are you guys now that the Stella Awards have came to Atlanta? We've gone to it in Las Vegas, all over the place, but you guys are based in Atlanta. And now you have it right there. So how excited are you with that?
man,
So
I'm
dope.
still trying to. It's so amazing,
It's gonna be
man.
fun.
We're excited about it.
Yeah.
Super excited about that whole weekend.
Especially
being a
getting on the
part.
court.
Right, the celebrity basketball game.
Especially that.
Right.
Can't wait.
And you're doing something else in the celebrity basketball game too.
Oh,
We are.
yeah, we are.
We
I didn't know we could.
I got the permission to have you just kind of leak that out. Yes, indeed. Go ahead.
Yo, yes. We were floored at that, but
Yeah.
we are performing in the pregame show
Open
and
up.
specifically performing best
Yeah.
with Robyn McGhee and Adrion Butler. Yo.
Let's go.
Listen. Where are my horns? I need something. Listen. Even the babies are happy. The babies are happy.
Man, it's super. Man, we are so we were so hyped and just humbled and honored to be able to perform and open up for the celebrity basketball game. Man.
Yeah.
We're super geeked about it.
That's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm gonna try not to talk too much junk on the court after we have performed and gave God our best.
Don't forget what
I know. It's a gospel sanctioned basketball game. But listen, if this game is close, and I'm on the team with Bria Miles, and I know she's spicy.
Okay.
Yes.
Bria let us know on the draft. She said, "I got this."
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said she got it. So no, you are doing the pregame show, and we are happy to also say that you're also going to be in the mix with the one and only T-Wise is in the building as well. So when I tell you this pregame show is going to be absolute fire. If you have not, you got to get on Eventbrite and get your tickets for the celebrity basketball game in Atlanta. If you're going to be in Atlanta, get your tickets back. But I promise you, this thing is it's going to sell out. I promise you. Because the players, for those of you who don't know, just a sprinkling of players. I'm just going to throw it out there. You got Molly Music, you got Jordan Armstrong, you got Pastor Mike Jr., you got, of course, you have Sequoia here, you got Bria Miles, you got Kenton Jones is on there, you got Kevin LeVar is on there, and the list goes on and on and on. And you got the coaches of life, Pastor Jamal Bryant and Bishop, Coach, we're calling them Coach Sapp and Coach Bryant are the coaches for those basketball games. It's going to be 66666.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you get your tickets for the celebrity basketball game. We want to see your face to place. It's going to be an all-day event. We're doing community outreach that morning. So if those who are looking for employment, we're doing a job fair that's running that in the morning to help those who looking for employment. It's school giveaways, backpacks, and school supplies are being given away that day. But all this really is encompassing the fact that we want to bring awareness to the growing mental health crisis within the African American community. And so our hashtags are movement, music, and mental health. That's movement, music, and mental health. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. It's been trash talking. There's more trash talking to come. Molly just dropped his 30-second video while he's on the court with sweat dripping down his neck.
Yeah.
Come on out, I'm playing. So I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's gonna be a mess. Jermaine Dolly's playing. It's just really something else. And I got to give
Yeah.
a shout out to our media partners as well. Obviously, the Stellar Awards. Thank you. As you'll probably see this, thank you so much for putting your stamp of approval on there and coming alongside this initiative and this cause, as well as Praise 102.5 in the ATL is coming in. Nico Flowers. Nico, if you're on here, you see this, man. Thank you so much for really embracing what's happening down there on July 14th. And hey, listen, if you were on this live and you know somebody down there and they also even want to vend, they've opened it up for vending now at this point. That opened up today.
Yeah.
So we need to see our food trucks out there.
Yeah.
I need a vegan food truck. Listen, slutty vegan, where you at?
I say there's a bunch of them out here. Atlanta, it's a ton of them. Hey,
wow, okay.
Listen, I don't know if y'all know this, but that day is actually our anniversary. We'll be celebrating 10 years.
Oh, wow.
What a way to celebrate.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What a way to celebrate. That's awesome. That's
so
awesome.
listen, if y'all see us, buy something off the food truck, all right?
Pick up some merch. Yeah, y'all gotta bring
some
bring
merch.
your merch.
Too,
Come
right
on, the merch
here.
table and just buy them out. Don't send them back with anything.
There
Even
you
the
go.
boxes under the table, like just empty the whole thing.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I want to give a shout out to one of our therapists that's going to be in the building because people don't really maybe a lot of people may know that Juan and Caleb Baxter are therapists, and Juan Baxter is a licensed therapist as well as life coach, and so he's going to be there along with many other health professionals that day, meeting those who need their services and didn't know where they can turn to get support and get help. And so we're not just coming down there just to have fun. We are going to have fun. We haven't seen each other in a while. It's been a pandemic, a lot of losses, and a time to get together in the industry just to say, hey, we appreciate one another. But we also want to let you know that we want to be the hands and feet of Jesus as well.
Yeah, that's so good.
So we are just happy for all the celebrities that said yes, didn't count it lost to participate, and all of us coming together. And so we just ask him, please support, please get your ticket. And and something dropped in my spirit, really, I'm serious this morning, was if you know somebody that really is struggling and they just need a night out, get a ticket for them and say, you know what? I want to bless you to get a ticket. I want you to go and have some fun.
Wow.
Even if you don't want to go yourself, but get a ticket for somebody else. Be a babysitter for somebody that night. Or a guy who's really struggling, a young guy who's really struggling in his faith, or he doesn't know what it's like to be around really, men of faith that look like him. Please pour into our youth. Please support it. Do something because it's a lot going on out here. And so that is my my PSA for the event. We're so thankful to be partnering with you guys, and I feel a partnership also with the Agape Music Group because we're all coming together as one family under God. Seriously,
absolutely,
for sure. All right, sure.
Well, I know, just being mindful of time, so we have to jump into this new hot single right now. We've been talking about everything else. I know you guys are like, so are we gonna be touching this single? We're gonna touch the single.
We had to get the housekeeping out the way.
You know what? We love just having conversations, though, man. So
absolutely.
No, I'm messing y'all, but I'm anxious to talk about this single. Before even getting into all of that, so how did this collaboration just came about? Because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing Robyn, I'm seeing, Adrian, and I'm, just how did this collaboration came about when you're writing a song like this and you're just looking at it like, all right, so I'm gonna pick this person, that person. So how did that work out?
Yeah. So first of all, the song, it definitely got. This was another one of those process things.
Yeah.
The song was actually done 2 years ago,
right,
with none of those people on it.
Yep.
We had finished it, and every time we heard it, like it's a dope song in its own right, but we just felt like it needed an extra push. It needed a little bit more. And we needed some different textures in there. You know what I mean? Some different feels in there.
Yep.
And so one of the producers, the co-producer, Ronaldo Stewart, he's a beast, like ridiculous.
Yes.
But when he originally sent us over the track, John added his, sprinkle on it. I started writing, and like I said, we lived with it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And we had been talking about wanting to do something with Robyn McGhee, who Robyn McGhee, if y'all haven't heard of her yet, you definitely need to, because she is a whole situation. Like her vocal chops are ridiculous, but she's gospel through and through. What most people see, but she's so diverse.
Yeah.
And we knew that, you know what I mean? And I know she knew that. So it was cool that she said yes. Her manager, Derek Huggins, said yes as well. And we knew we wanted to collab with Adrian too. And Adrian had been said, like a year ago, he was like, hey, whenever y'all got something for me, let me know. And they were gracious enough and said yes. And like they spazzed.
Oh my God.
They smashed completely.
Hulk smash.
Right. Hulk smash. They did. Like when they sent us their stuff back, we was just like,
yeah.
And that's that collaboration you're talking about, the ones that just, like you said, they've got the juice on that.
Yep.
You don't know how those collaborations work out, but God puts people in place that's going to flow right in the same vein that you're in. It only brings more enhancement and light to what you're already doing. So that's awesome. That's seriously that's awesome.
And you know what else is dope about that? Like everybody was themselves, their authentic selves. Like nobody, like never once did any of us feel like competition or I gotta, process up this or whatever. Like it was like, nah, you bring what you bring, and that's gonna be great.
Yep.
And it just flowed beautifully. I'm grateful, super grateful.
Awesome.
And this is a new single we're talking about, Best, the new single Best that is out right now on all digital platform. And then you guys are gonna be, just mentioned it, you just dropped it, you guys are gonna be performing it live as well, which is like, it's that's always such a dope thing to see, right? Because one thing when you're hearing someone singing a song and so forth, and you just kind of thinking of it from a studio session perspective. But now to see it live with the crowd, with this, with that, just like feeling the whole energy. Like I'm super pumped. I'm looking forward to that. And I think, just having like, you mentioned earlier, just all that variation, just the, everyone else coming through and just being a part of this track, man. It's just
I want to shout out Carlos Hale's event too, because we'll also be performing at his event. We'll be performing Best at the Sunday brunch too. We're grateful for him asking for us to do that. Like we're always grateful for any opportunity we get.
For sure.
And Carlos Urban Soul Cafe, Carlos puts on like some of the dopest events, like hands down. Whether it's the Dove, whether it's whatever it is that's happening, Stella Awards, like anyone that knows about what events you want to go to, you're gonna turn to Carlos and be like, so what day is your event? So he has,
and there's more than one. And there's more than one.
Exactly. There's more than one on his, hey, can I get on both of them? Because that's just where it's at.
That part.
Listen. Well, I want to play a snippet, but we make it flat. So all we can do is just tell you, please go and support Agape Music Group, support this new hot single, but support the ministry. Everybody likes a beat, everybody likes the 808, but support the ministry because God has put them in the part of the field that He wants them in to reach His people. So we really appreciate you guys coming on the show, taking time away from your little ones. I'm sure you got to be tucked in bed and you're hoping they don't walk in on you while you're doing this interview right now in their jammies. So, So we really appreciate you guys being here. So I'm going to give Sharon a last say before we do our sign off.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's always been a pleasure, always talking to you guys, whether in front of the camera, behind the camera, because we were always talking, we were always texting, we were always talking, always checking in to see what's going on. And that's one thing that I would say, in an industry where, there's the business aspect, it's really good to see there's still people out there that, understands the relationship aspect and not afraid to just build genuine, authentic relationships. And you guys do that. You do that well. So continue with that quality. Definitely don't lose that in the midst of everything else, because that, for me, when I think of you guys, that's one of the main things that sticks out. The music, I know, is dope. The merch is dope, but for me, it's just that genuine relationship. So definitely keep up with that.
That means a lot.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for
Absolutely.
having us. Man.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So everybody, please make sure you follow the Agape Music Group on all their social media platforms and support their project. Download it, download it, download it. Stream, yes. Download it, download, purchase, and support so they can keep cranking out that music at the high level of quality they're putting out right now. I don't know what's going to be like in 5 years. They're going to just be on fire. So I'm seeing doves. I'm seeing stellars. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm speaking over them already. And I'm speaking this song's going to go to number 5.
hey,
I put it out there on the 5. I put it on the 5, Sherwin.
I can see it happening. And even before they drop as well, I know we still got like another 2 or so minutes. Tell us, where else can people catch you guys? Because I know you also have some interviews lined up. I see some stuff dropping, like, whoever's working is working. That's all I gotta say. Working.
Hey,
so tell the people, where can they hear you guys next?
You heard him, Jesus in those backs. Derek Huggins, getting it in there. So tomorrow we will be on live Praise 102.5. Kaylin Carr. show. We will also make our debut on Sirius FM on the Fix Radio channel 154. Y'all make sure y'all hop in. It's from 6 to 8 a.m. On your way to work. Go ahead, tap in there. Next week. Next week. We are headlining our first concert next week down in Orlando at the Eddie Awards. And we have been, we've been preparing, working real hard, making sure our chops are prepared. So that'll be coming next week. So if you are in Orlando, come through June 17th at 7 p.m. at the Doubletree SeaWorld Hotel, 7 o'clock, June 17th.
It's free.
And it's free.
It's free.
And there you have it. Well, take the time to follow Sharon on Gospel Music Buzz, 2 Z's on all the platforms. And IG, you add that third Z. You got to add the emphasis on that buzz, baby, on that buzz. And please follow Indigo Inspire here on Instagram and on Facebook. Indigo Inspire Live, Indigo Inspire on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. We're everywhere. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here once again. Thank you to my partner in the collab, Sharon Williams from Gospel Music Buzz. Thank you all for being here on Twitter and Facebook, wherever you're watching from. Don't forget, hey, even when this broadcast is over, share the love, share the ministry. That's what we want to do. We don't want just to see it now. We definitely want you to share new music with everybody. Copy the link, share it, whatever. Let them know what's happening, not only with Collab, but what's happening with Agape Music Group. So thank you so much for being here. And as I always say, it's not just a vibe here, baby. It's a whole mood. We'll see you next week.
There you go.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.